So a lot of you guys have been asking, what kind of saws do you use? How do you store your saws? Where do you put them? I'll go over that right here. This is saw box. You got your oils, you got new and used, you got your mixed gas. And this one over here, we got some more mixed gas. We keep mix on hand. Got extra files, extra chains. Got some trim bars, some wrenches, some more files, all kinds of different sizes, some pole saw blades, got some more chains. This is where wedges go. I like to stay very organized, guys. Now this does come out more. I do keep a few other miscellaneous things in there, but nothing really important going on there. And this top one right here, again, it's more or less miscellaneous stuff. Got some rope or some straps for when we're planting trees, some scissors, hitch light, plug-in adapter for this bucket, some fishing line. Sometimes we wrap this or use it. We got a thing here. This is actually pretty neat, guys. I've never actually used it. Tell me how many of you tree guys buy something and never use it just because it's cool. This is one of those. So you're supposed to pound this into a trunk, and you tighten this after you put your bar in it, and you don't need nobody to hold your bar while you file it. Really nice. I haven't had a chance to use it yet though. Got some tail lights. Always, guys, always need some extra parts. Now this one's broke because we use it. We got some extra pull string for any of them. We got an oil cap for the trim saw. You can see in here we got an extra spark arrestor for the trim saw. Now that's very important, guys, because if your spark arrestor, I'm sure you guys come across it when it gets clogged. It's a pain in the butt. It's just not fun. So we always keep that on hand. Got a few extra miscellaneous parts, the cover. Looks like some screws and stuff there, so that's neat. I keep a motorized pole saw right here. You kind of got to finagle it to get it out, but it's secure, it's in there. We got hedge trimmers right there on the inside. Nothing special, no big deal. We put another couple things in there just to store them. Here's the main objective. This is what we call the saw box. Okay, so normally the order that I keep this in, pull this one out really quick. Normally I have this one in there. Now, this is a Stihl 500i. We were just using this one. 36-inch bar. This thing's very solid. Keep them sharp, guys. Goes a long ways. Also, highly recommended skip a tooth chain. Meaning, instead of every link, it has a tooth, it skips that. Highly recommended, cuts a lot faster because it has a lot more room for throwing chips out. I rock the West Coast Saws bark box on them all. Highly recommend, will breathe a lot easier. Now this one goes in there like that, very far because it's got the longest bar. Next one is our, we got another 500i, we love those. We got a 25-inch bar. Nothing special about it. Again, West Coast Saws bark box, highly recommended, guys. Test it out, it's not that expensive. Very well recommended. Now if you guys look here, you can see this one has a tooth every other chain. It's not like the skip a tooth where it skips this tooth right here and goes on to that one. So this one does not cut as fast, but it is shorter, so it might wrap out a little bit higher, might seem like it cuts faster. Who really knows? Okay, now, good old faithful here. 201, MS201T Stihl. Now this thing is a stout, guys. This thing, you can bury this whole bar. Now I don't like how heavy it is. As you guys can see, I can't really hold it up that long very well. I broke my wrist a couple years ago, and so that's a heavy hitter for me when it comes to trimming or small removals all day long. So, bam, bam. Now we're gonna come to my favorite. This is the Echo 2511, 12-inch bar with the 325 chain. Highly, highly, highly recommended, guys. I mean, look at this saw. I can hold it up, any position, does not hurt my wrist. You guys are probably wondering what happened to the back of this. This also has a West Coast Saws exhaust. Highly recommended. I broke it off. You can see it's kind of broke off right there. Not sure what happened. I think I was a little rough with it one day. It's my bad. I will replace that. I hate my saws being exposed like this. So I did order that, but till then it is what it is. One of the favorite things that I like about this saw is your oil and your gas and oil cap might be hard to do all the time. They invented this to go right in there, and you can just pop that sucker right off. I'm not gonna do it, but you can. And then when you're done, you just put them right back. That's so handy. So handy. This thing has got a lot of power. Very, very useful. I'd also get the spikes. That does it wonders. Normally I do keep more saws on just in case one breaks, or you know, stills are very temperamental, so if you leave them out in the hot sun, they'll run, but you have to mess with it for a while, and it's just not worth it. So having a good saw box that is easy access, clean is a very big thing, guys. You can look in here. I don't have a bunch of oil and stuff all over in my saw box. There's a little bit of residue here, but for the most part we keep cat litter or oil absorb, and we'll sprinkle it around there if one is leaking. And the last thing in my saw box is pull saw. So this is a hook. We got our hole pruner heads. We got another pull saw head. For those of you that like your silkies, also have those. I love my silkies. I got one extension. I think this one probably goes up to maybe 14 foot, I think. Pretty lightweight. And then I have my heavy hitter. I think this one goes up to maybe 28, 30 foot. Pretty tall. So I don't like using this one as much though. It tends to get bent with new guys, and it was really expensive, so I like to more so use it when we need it in the tree. We're really at our max reach there. It's really beneficial. So that, and for some reason, I don't know why, but you gotta undo these in a series. And if you look at this, after you undo all of these, it pulls these two out. So then a lot of people struggle because they're trying to pull this out and they don't realize they gotta keep going like that. So that's another reason why I quit using it. I got tired of going through it with people. People are misusing it. It's a lot safer tucked away. No one uses them anyway, but I do have them in case we need them. So on this side, got a chain, our hitch, some coolant, there's some other miscellaneous stuff in case we need it, never know. In here we got straps. We do a lot of emergencies where the trees are splitting, and sometimes we need to bring those together. It's really good. Got the blower right here. Here's the pole saw motorized one I told you guys about. In here I keep a few winches or come-alongs, so that if we're cabling a tree or anything like that. Got some oil absorbed here. Highly recommend you guys keep this on your trucks if you guys run trucks that leak often, or you have clumsy guys that just aren't necessarily being thorough on making sure they're not spilling gas or oil. Especially when you're on a nice paved area like this, it's very important to your clients. So I always keep that on there. Every now and then when I see a leak somewhere, I'll just throw some of that down, rub it in with my foot real good. Usually absorbs it, and we'll take it to the car wash later on and wash it. We got some grease here, tubes of grease for the chipper, any other equipment we have. And this is actually a leaf bag. I have a leaf sucker. It'll suck up all the leaves, and I'll suck them right in this bag. Don't use it very often, but it's there if we need it. So like and subscribe for part 2. We'll show you our rope box and everything we put in it. Hope you guys like the video.